Alright, here we are with another mail day. So cheers. Oh, that's nice after a long day at work. So, I got 3 packages today. This one I'll save for last. First up is from Sacred Bone Records. I think this was a pre-order. Oh, not quite a... Yeah, I guess it is a pre-order. But it's the new Knate. Oops, or must be that way. To Be Cruel. Very thrilled to finally get this in because I have put off listening to anything besides, I think, a minute of the first track, kind of sampling around, just confirming that yes, it sounds like Knate. It's exactly what I want and what I need, really, to reinvigorate me doing more Wise Order Rex, which I just did I'll get into that later, but I mean, that's the whole reason why I started Wise Order Rex, is how much I love Knate. Like I said, I haven't listened to it yet. 3 20-minute long songs, which is awesome because I've done that on a couple of Wise Order X albums where 20-minute long songs for an hour. So I'm just very much looking forward to listening to this. From what I heard, the production is a little cleaner than what I guess would have liked, but I think maybe within context of hearing everything, maybe my ears will adjust to it, since it was only on, I think, YouTube that I listened to it on. So, awesome. Man, it's been a while. I think my friend Nick in California got his like 2 weeks before I got mine, I want to say. Now, this is from Discogs and a Jesse Baker. If you buy from this person on Discogs, they definitely make sure that you are updated about every little thing as far as shipping out, that it actually arrived, because I wasn't even going to go by my P.O. box since I went yesterday. But it had a I got an alert that it was delivered today, so I went ahead and picked it up. And what I got here is 3 CDs. Wanted to go for a little bit of change up of what I've normally gotten. Kind of, I guess, a bit nostalgic to a degree. First off is a band that I hadn't heard, so this is the one that I picked out when I was just going through his list. This is Tar Pit, the album Vultures. It's a hardcore, kind of punk, hardcore punk, I guess you could say. Not so dark sounding, but from what I listened to, it kind of reminded me a bit of, a little slightly bit like a Dark Horse, or Achilles. I want to say, I don't know why I keep on thinking Dark Horse, because that's one of their albums. Achilles, slightly. A little bit like Tragedy, a little bit Vitamin X, just not quite as D-beat heavy. Either way, I listened to, I think, 75% of the album, and I was like, yeah, for $2, because all this stuff was like dirt cheap. I think it was $2 or $3, and I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and purchase it. It's well worth it for that. But like the artwork, look forward to that. This is Harkonnen, Charge. I did not know about this particular EP. I do have Harkonnen EPs, and I think their first album. This was back when they were still more, I guess what you can say, kind of the chaotic hardcore. More on the dissonant side, a little bit more odd structuring, closer to not as angular or noise rock heavy as, say, Breathe or Resist, or who else was I thinking? The Minor Times, but or maybe Nora would be a good example of a contemporary, or Himza. But they later on went on almost like sounding like a really shitty groove metal, like shitty Pantera or something like that. But this is a 4-song EP. I had to check it out because, yeah, literally I did not know about it. The only way now I can check stuff like that is through Discogs, because they have such an extensive background of CDs. Now I can go back and go, oh, I didn't know that album existed. Like I just went back and I didn't realize there was a album between 18 Visions Lifeless EP and Until the Ink Runs out. But I thought there was always something in between. I just really wasn't sure till recently. I listened to it on YouTube. I'm like, oh, I need to get this fucking CD. You know, yeah, for $100 or $200 fucking dollars. Might just make me a bootleg. I don't like them that much, but it was a good fucking listen. So that's the end of that. That was also like $3, well worth it. And this is the main reason I went ahead and purchased from this person. This is the National Acrobat TNA, the complete recordings. I already have Can't Stop Casper Adams, and for all practical purposes, the National Acrobat is dead. Those two EPs I thought were really great. Kind of a chaotic hardcore punk band. Not super chaotic, but it was, they kept shit very, very interesting. And this also collects, I think, 7-inch that I also have the 7-inch of, but I don't listen to that often. I don't pull out my vinyl player often. It has, I think, some comp tracks. See what else we got. I think some live tracks. And I want to say they have some comp stuff because, I mean, it's 30 songs total. And I know that the two EPs are only like about 7 songs a piece. So that would probably account for the 3 releases, and then all the, like I said, the unreleased and the bonus and live shit. Very thrilled to get. I mean, I highly recommend. I think there's still more copies, not necessarily from this seller, that have it up for like $2 to $5. But that's that. Good stuff. It's rare that you find good cheap CDs of like good fucking bands. This last one is from Brett Tharp. Done a couple of projects with him thus far. Acrid Tomb, and this one that I've covered the CD version, but this is the I can't pronounce the fucking name again. Senative. It's a split with Senative and Reckon, Forever Defiled, and Philolemia. I can't even get the tape open itself. But I have the CD version. I bought that specifically, and then like he just messaged me a couple of weeks ago or a month ago. Say, hey, I forgot to send you your own copy. Would you like some? Like, yeah, I kind of would appreciate it. Trying to get it where it's not gonna fucking bust. And then, oh yeah, I forgot. That's cool. Just send it whenever. So I finally got the tape version in, which is what if I was going to buy the two, I was going to buy the CD so I can listen to it more often. But the tape is here. It's very awesome. Going to go add it to the discography collection of tapes I have. And I think that's it. I mean, moving along, I just finished up tracking all the music for the Great Depression long player, I guess you can say. Did an 18-minute long track, a 13-minute long track, and a 5-minute long track that I'm going to split on to a picture disc, and it's going to also have a CD pressing of that. That's going to probably come out, I would say next month, roughly. I just finished doing all the layout for the first 3 Great Depression CDs, and now I'm going to be working on the 3 CD disc box set, where I'm going to shove them all 3 into a box, basically, like literally a wood box. Just haven't decided what wood, how I'm going to construct it, and what aesthetics to give to it necessarily. Thought about taking it, making it, and then shooting it a couple of times, and then blow torching it, but don't think I have enough time necessarily for that. I have time, but just slicing it away to be able to do so. Musically, I'm starting to do more vocals. I just wrapped up vocals for another death metal project that I started back in December. I did an 8-song album. Then I wanted to do like a retroactive demo and did 3 songs that I'm going to send to Rat Coven so they can put that out on cassette first, and then I'm going to release the full length that's more refined. I like purposely made these 3 tracks longer and more raw and not as defined in what I wanted the vision to be. So I think that's going to turn out well. Sounds really good. Working on vocals for Hierarchies, this other death metal project we don't even have a name for that I did with Nick. I think Dwelling Below is going to be coming out soon. I just finished mixing Stutterfuck Down, which is a Boiled Tongue album that I tracked, I don't know, I think November of last year or some shit like that. I'm going to start working on a Boiled Tongue album for Tish since her passing. I've kind of gotten an idea for that with the type of material I'm going to write for it. Then I'm going to also work on the next Cave album, the next Vertebrae Fetish Totem, and I'm still working on Maggot Crown. I'm closing in on that to be done, and I think that's it. Everything else is just like adding more to all the like Das Kachin. I'm doing, I think I got 8 songs already. I'm going to do probably 16 total for the next release. That's going to be also released on tape from Brania Records. If you know who, like, I can't remember exactly how to pronounce the name of the label, but if you've listened to the Frog Synth band, the, oh fuck, I had the damn, some fucking frog song symphony, weird fucking just dungeon synth stuff. They put the tape version out of that, so whatever. Go down a different rabbit hole trying to find that bullshit. And I think that's really it. A lot of stuff is just pokers in the fire waiting to draw it out so it can be finalized and done and released. Like Occult is done, aside from vocals. I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, Casual Intrusion I think is going to be coming out later this year. I don't know. It's whenever Lucia wants to release it. I mean, everything's zipped up on that. Really just not sure. I'm just trying to get all my other grind material out and creating new projects. I'm going to resurrect, at least in name, since I already have the logo. I have some artwork, and I just rendered and made a new artwork that I was like, I'm going to do a new fucking power violence band just because of this one picture collage that I found that was just from a Facebook post. I thought it looked awesome. And I'm going to do something along the lines of kind of like Dot Fucking Calm, Asterisk, Bucket Full of Teeth, and Fluoride. I think is going to sound really fucking cool. Kind of mathy, spastic. Not quite like how the Harmacist is, but maybe some Corn on the Cob. I don't know. Just kind of prattling on about ideas. Started composing mentally today and kind of getting the ideas and everything down, but I've gone on too long. Cheers. Yes, Ollie.